Hey guys, welcome to another video on Brand Device where we talk about business and finance. My name is Bharat, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can actually take your depot from one depot provider to another one. For example, right now I have 115,000 euros worth of stocks on Trade Republic, and I'm going to take all of these securities and carry them over to Scalable Capital because of more flexibility and more options in general. You have a lot more choice of stocks, you have a lot more choice of ETFs, you have Vanguard there, you have X-Trackers, you have Invesco, you have iShares and a lot of other ETF providers. So in general, like, this is not a bad move. And also, like, if sometime in the future you would want to like move away from Germany, you want to go to any other SEPA country in EU, so you can also like very easily do that other than Switzerland. And if you have tax obligations in US, everything again becomes more complicated. So as long as you're planning to go around anywhere else, it's all good, and you can like do the Depotübertrag and you can still keep on owning your securities on Scalable Capital. The only difference is that because now you're no longer living in Germany, you're no longer a tax resident in Germany, you will have to take care of the taxes on your own. So Scalable Capital, as long as you're living in Germany, you have the German address, the German tax ID number and everything, they will transfer the taxes on any kind of profits you make directly to the Finanzamt so that you don't have to worry about it. And I talked to like somebody from Scalable Capital. They told me if you do not have any kind of other capital gains other than what you have on Scalable Capital, then you do not even have to like fill out a separate form for this when you're filing your taxes. So this is like very nice. So you have to remember this: if you're living in Germany, all of the tax stuff is automatically taken care of by Scalable Capital. The process of Depotübertrag or depot carryover is completely free within Germany if you want to go from one broker to the other one, and it is regulated by law. So you do not pay any costs whatsoever when you're carrying your depot from one place to the other place. The duration, it generally takes anywhere from 3 to 5 weeks. On the website you will see 1 to 6 weeks, but realistically it generally takes 3 to 5 weeks because it has a lot of steps involved in the process. You fill out the PDF, which I'm going to show you. You're going to send it to Scalable. They are going to send it to the bertrag. Bertrag is going to send it to your depot provider, for example in my case Trade Republic. Then Trade Republic is going to confirm it and send it back to bertrag, and once it gets listed there, it is going to show up in your Scalable Capital depot on your phone or on your desktop. So of course it takes a bit longer, but like I always say, it is always important to have a nice backup option. Even if you're using only one depot and you absolutely love that depot, it is still very important that you have another alternative in case things go wrong, because what I've experienced in my life is like things always go wrong. There's always some kind of screw up that happens, and when that happens, you just don't want to sit there and just think, what did I do wrong? To do the Depotübertrag, you anyways need a depot with Scalable Capital so that you have a depot number there. And I'm going to like explain all of that too, but like first thing is like you need to have a depot there. So you can use the link given in description and you can open your depot with them. I've also made a tutorial video where I show you step by step how you can open the depot with Scalable Capital, so that in case you're having some kind of problems, you can follow along that video and open your own depot with them. Now the depot doesn't cost anything. It doesn't have any kind of application fee, no monthly fee, no yearly charges whatsoever. Only when you're doing any kind of trades, you're paying 99 cents, and the savings plan with all of the prime partners are completely for free. And for additional one non-prime partner, for example Vanguard or something, that is also completely for free, and you can start saving with as little as 25 euros per month. Alright guys, so here's the screen, and I'm going to put the link for this PDF in the description so that you can use it to fill it out. I'm going to like quickly go over it. So they have said the requirements are they can only take complete stocks and no fractional shares. So that is very important. All of the stocks that you're thinking about taking should be available on Scalable Broker. So that's why I said you have to first open your depot with them so that you can check all of the stocks are available or not. Then the depot that you're taking your securities from, it has to be in your name. You cannot have any kind of, combined account or something like that. And also if you have any kind of losses, or if you have any kind of Quellensteuer, we talked about this, like the tax which is taken away in US right away, around 15%. So all of that can only be taken with you from whatever kind of depot you're coming from. In my case, for example, Trade Republic, when you carry over the entire depot, because otherwise there are a lot of complications. So they do not allow that. And also they do not take over any kind of foreign depots, for example, non-EU depots in Scalable Capital. So these are a few requirements that you have. Then once you have filled out the form, you can send it to service@scalable.capital with the title Depotübertrag. And then of course you should remember that you're sending it from the same email with which you signed up for on the Scalable Capital depot. Then they're asking how do you find the depot number. So the depot number is super easy. You will find it in your IBAN. Whenever you're thinking about transferring some money into your Scalable Capital depot, the IBAN that you have there, that's what they're talking about. So it is supposed to be from the last 10 digits of your IBAN. and the last digit should be replaced by 1. So you have to keep this in mind. How long does it take? So they have said it takes from 1 to 6 weeks, but like I said, generally it should take 3 to 5 weeks, and definitely be patient because there are a lot of parties involved. But the nice thing is that all of this is completely for free for you. So also, like, during this time, I wouldn't really recommend that you're doing any kind of trades in the depot from which you want to take all of your securities from. For example, I am not going to buy anything anymore on Trade Republic. I'm going to do all of that directly on Scalable Capital. So that was about the requirements. Now when we go down, so you find the details I'm putting inside the Trade Republic bank because I was having this 115,000 euros of securities there. I'm going to take it away now. Then you need to add your previous depot number. You can find it very easily in your Scalable Capital app, and the big number, you can also like find it directly on any of the PDF you have received from Trade Republic or also in their impressum. So just type it like Trade Republic Bank BIC and like you can find it super easily. Then this is where they talk to you about writing your new depot number. So this is something that we discussed here. The last 10 digits of your IBAN, and the last digit has to be replaced by 1. That's it. So this is super simple. And then afterwards they're talking about a few different kind of takeovers that you have to do. So I'm going to like quickly read it out to you and also like zoom so that you can see it more clear. So here they pretty much are saying that alle im Depot enthaltene Anteile, die nicht unter Punkt 3 aufgeführt sind, vor dem Übertrag bestens zu veräußern. So like generally if you have any kind of fractional shares and stuff that like, you know, it is being sold, then they write dies betrifft insbesondere etwaige Bruchstücke. So fractional shares like we talked about. So it is possible that your previous bank charges you something for that. For example, you know, on Comdirect you have 390 per trade, on Trade Republic you have €1 per trade. So like something like that, it is possible. And then afterwards, all of the depot, including any kind of losses that you have, any kind of, you know, Quellensteuer, so these taxes in US or Britain or Canada, whatever you have, all of these can be carried over. So this is called the Gesamtübertrag. You're taking everything with you. Then you also have another option, so you can choose it with the first one or not. The second option is if you would like to close the depot. So if you want to close the depot like I want to do, you can click that. Now the third cross is if you just want to take some of the parts with you. So in these kind of scenarios, you cannot take your losses or any kind of other foreign taxes that you have paid in different kind of countries with you. So if you're closing your previous depot, crossing this is not necessary, but you just have to make sure that you do not like, you know, do double things, that you have the maximum Freistellungsauftrag for 801 euros if you're single, and only on one depot, not on two depots, because then it becomes 1602 euros, and then you will have to like do the tax corrections and stuff, which will be very painful. So like be very careful about it. Now, if you're closing the previous depot, you do not need to like cross it. If you're not closing your previous depot, then you can keep it if you still want to do some kind of trades there. So you have to keep this in mind. One important thing that you have to remember is that you do not need to close your previous depot in order to take whatever kind of securities you have to the new one. You can take all of it and then you can still like, you know, trade more securities or something on your previous depot. That is also completely possible, but I'm just going to close my depot with Trade Republic. Now we come to the attachment part of the PDF. So here you have to list down every single ISIN number that you have of a particular stock. So this you can easily find in Trade Republic at the bottom. So there is like written the ISIN number in your depot. It could be in some other place, but generally it's not so difficult to find. So you put those inside here and then you put inside the number of stocks that you have. So you just list all of them down. And one important thing to remember is, like we said, that they cannot take away any kind of fractional shares. So like those will have to be sold. But anyways, it is not so wild. Like 0.1 of like, you know, 60 euros is 6 euros or something. So that's not a big problem. And I'm here talking about core MSCI World because that's around what the price is right now. So that's it. Like you just list down your shares and that's all. One important thing to remember is that when you have more than 9 stocks, you're also sending them an Excel sheet or a Google sheet, right? That is like very, very important. And the format you can find here, it is like directly given on the very first page. It's nothing complicated. In the first one, you have the name. Second one, you have the ISIN number. Third one, you have the number of stocks you have for every single stock or like, you know, security that you're trying to take. And that is pretty much it. It's super simple. Of course, explaining it takes a lot more time, but for me to actually fill out these pages, it just like took maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes not longer than that. So you can do that, and it is really not as complicated as many people make it sound like. I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have any kind of questions whatsoever, you can let me know in the comment section below. And also do not forget to follow me on Instagram. I post pretty much daily. So if you want to see behind the scenes what kind of trades I'm making, what kind of things I'm investing in, don't forget to follow me there. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.